Yes, lads. So it's marathon week again. Coming on to my second marathon, and I'm looking forward to it. I haven't really got nervous about it yet. I know I probably will, closer to the time. But I'm looking forward to a good weekend ahead. We've got Friday and Saturday that we're going to go down. So the marathon itself is in a place called Huskisson, which is like 2.5 hours south of Sydney here. And me and Caitlin are actually down there in February, just past, and it's such a class place. Like white sand and really clear water, and it's very coastal. So I think it'll be a cool place to actually do a marathon as well. So there's like, I think there's maybe 8 or 9 of us going down. We're going to stay in a villa for a couple of nights, and should be good. Can't wait for it. But obviously we're going down the Friday. We'll be able to chill out, and then the Saturday's going to be the run. So plenty of time for a few beers after. But no, looking forward to the run. Like, this is my second marathon, and the reason I kind of wanted to record this is because I wish I'd done something like this the first time I done a marathon, because honestly, I would actually say it's probably one of the biggest lessons I've ever had. Was doing the first marathon, and the thing that I learned about it the most was to stop underestimating stuff and thinking that you can do things, without preparing for them properly. That was one of the main things that I took from that. So the first marathon was 2023, here in Sydney, and long story short, we were away for a few weeks in Perth, and we're drinking maybe, I would say, a good week of the 10 days that we were there. And I just felt like shite after it, and was like, I was doing a good bit of running before it that year. And I was like, right, I need to set myself a challenge to kind of get out of this, like, bad, not bad mental state that I was in, but like, anytime I do something like that, I always try to go the complete opposite way then and try to rectify it. So I booked the marathon, and I had like maybe 8 weeks to train for it. Maybe not even, I think it was maybe 7 weeks to train for it. And I done plenty of training, but I think it was like 3 weeks out from it, around 32k for the first time. Had no clue about nutrition or even keeping myself hydrated or anything like that. And I realised to myself after I'd done the 32k, I was like, fuck, I've completely underestimated this. Because me being me, I'd done, a few long runs before that, and I thought, now I'll be able to do it. Sure, it's only, another 20k or whatever. And that day was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, that extra 10k on top of something that was already hard on that day was just insane, because it was like 33-degree heat, which I hadn't trained on. Maybe had like 3 gels or something like this, had no proper nutrition, completely dehydrated, cramping like mad, and it was just pure agony, but I got through it. And I always look back, and it was maybe a good thing, because I learned a lesson from it, but I also said to myself, if I can get through that, then there's a lot of other things that I can get through as well too. So I done that one in 4:14, and my goal for that was a sub 4 hour marathon. And looking back at it now, like, doing a marathon in itself is a serious achievement. So like, to go on to the first one with an expectation of doing it in a certain time, especially when I hadn't trained for it properly, it's probably a stupid thing to do. I should have actually just been happy with going and doing it and actually getting through it. But this time around, I definitely want to do it in under 4. Like, that's my goal. And the reason I want to video this is to hold myself accountable. And I know it's not going to be the last one I do anyway, but maybe the next time around I can look back at this and say, oh, remember I done it in under 4 hours. The next one might be under 3.5. who knows? But I'm looking forward to it, and I feel like I know a bit more about it this time. Um, and again, this is something that's actually came out of the blue as well too. So the story of how this actually came about was we were back home in Ireland a couple of months back, and Caitlin's brother Ryan was chatting to me about it. So he's over here as well, and he had booked the marathon and asked me while I was back would I fancy doing it. And knowing the dedication and the work it goes into it, I was like, I don't know if I'll bother with it, to be honest. But then we were out one night in Derry and Patters and had a few pints on me, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. So I had a bit of liquid courage on me, and fuck it, it's a good thing now because it's actually kept me on track for the last couple of weeks or last couple of months since I came back, and I've actually enjoyed the running side of it again. And I think it's going to lead into a few other things after this as well too. So I'm glad that we're doing it. I'm glad that it did randomly come up, but I'll probably not vlog too much when I go down there. I might take a few videos of the road down and like where we're staying and stuff like that. But I'm gonna take a few videos beforehand and a few videos after just to see how I actually get on, and hopefully we can break that sub 4 marathon. So we just landed under the house and gonna be staying here for a couple of nights, and it's fucking unreal, pad. Go outside. And I think it sleeps about must be about 10 people. So this is where we're gonna be for a couple of nights. Definitely gonna be on that pool after the run. Just gonna get settled on now. Get plenty of carbs on the day and see how it goes tomorrow. So it's marathon morning now. Down yesterday and literally just sat about and carb-loaded the full day. What time is it now? It's about 6 o'clock. So we've got about 2 hours before we actually run, and feeling good for it. But it'll be a tough day. Don't know how we'll get on, but hopefully we get that sub 4 hours.
The marathon here at the Huskisson Running Festival is a go.
Oh, woo! You're flying. You're flying. Keep going. Well done.
Go on, Fendi! Go on, Fendi! Yes, Fendi!
Benton! Go on, Benton! Woo!
Yes, lads. We done it. That was tight work, to be honest. But I'm glad, I'm actually fucking really proud of that one. I got it done in 3:48. Show you the medal. With the mic on it. But aye. That was a tough wee day's graft. Aye, I wanted to do it in under 4. And when I got started, I was kind of had it in my head that I wanted to actually do it at 3:45 or come on at 3:45, which was being a wee bit ambitious, to be honest. So that was like 5:20 per kilometer pace for the full marathon. And I started off and I was feeling good. I started off slow, kind of eased my way into it. And then I started to pick up the pace a wee bit to get under that 5:20, even a wee bit below, and just kept going with it. But it was tough. It was definitely tight going. There was a lot of bits of it that was awkward. There was a part where there was grass, And the actual loop of the marathon was like it was 2 laps. So you had to do like a full lap of the place up and down. And then you had to do it again. And there was a part of it that was on grass, which was a bit awkward, to be honest. Um, but it was good. Yeah, skating. No, I'm not. I'm going to get one now soon, though. Aye, as I was saying, finished up a wee bit shite at the end up, but it was like 6 minutes per kilometre at the end. But like, fuck it. Was happy enough. Got over the line and got sub 4 marathon. So that was the plan. So maybe on to the next one now. Have a few beers and relax.
It's over there, by the wee tree.
Oh,
It's actually.
no, it's nice. Yeah, one more. Yes, lads. So we're back up the road again. It's Monday now. And I'm just kind of reflecting back to the actual run itself and even the full weekend that we had. We had such a class weekend away. Great crack. Everybody that was there together got on well, and it was a good weekend. Had a few too many beer on Saturday night, but it was good. It was a good laugh. And it's good now to even just have a wee minute to think back to the actual run itself. It's hard to kind of describe a marathon. Like, I know I've only done 2, but both of them were so different. The first one, I felt like I went in and, as I was describing before, like just had no real knowledge of what to expect. This time around was completely different. Like, I feel like the one thing I got from this one was I was able to manage it a wee bit better. And what I mean by that was, like, there was a few times during the run, like even like very early, it was like, I'd say the first time I stopped was maybe about 12, 13k in. And I remember just taking a gel and was walking through the aid station, and instead of just running on, and having water spilling all over you, I thought to myself, no, I'll take 30 seconds, 40 seconds here, take the gel, and just walk for a wee minute, because I know that, like, in the first one I was going on there thinking, no, you have to run the full thing. I was thinking, like, people don't walk for certain stages to get their breath and to reset and go again. But this time around, I feel like I definitely had a wee bit more experience and been able to relax into it, was one of the things that actually probably made me be able to finish it a wee bit quicker than what I was expecting. But no, looking back at it, I was delighted with. It was it was a hard run. It started to get wild hot at the end, seriously hot, and even just the route of the marathon as well too was very narrow. You couldn't really pass people. It was like a single path the full way up and down the coast, and that was tight. But like I felt like at the very end, I crashed at the very end. Like I had maybe 2k where I was going very slow at the end, and now already looking back at that, I'm like, fuck, I feel like I could do better than that. I feel like if I actually trained at my race pace a lot better, I definitely feel like I can improve on that. So like after the first marathon, I thought to myself, fuck, I'm probably not going to do one again, or I felt like that was the hardest thing ever. This time around, I was even saying to Caitlin after I finished, that was probably one of the best runner's highs I've ever got. Like finishing that marathon, that was some feeling. Like, we'll have to see what's next. I'll definitely do another one again at some stage. But it's just mad to think, like, if you're somebody that hasn't really done any running, or you're somebody that wants to get into it, like, the best bit of advice that I would have is to just start small. I started it during COVID and was doing like, maybe setting myself a goal of doing like 5k, something like that. And then the good thing about running is, like, once you do one of your goals, you're always thinking to the next. And the next one for me was a 10K. The next one after that was a 15K. And it just kept progressively going until where it's at now. And like, I never actually expected it to be like that. I never thought that I'd be somebody that would get onto running longer distances. At the very start, if you asked me, could I do a marathon, I'd be like, no way. But then you just tick off one wee challenge at a time. And every time you tick off something, you get a bit of confidence back from it. And over time, over the space of a few years, then you've got yourself to a situation where you're like, fuck, I actually can do these things if I put my head to it. So like, you can take that on the all aspects of your life, your business, anything. It's like, sometimes you can't see the end goal. But every single day, if you're working at one small piece, you'll progressively get to that goal or even surpass that goal to a stage where it grows into something that you probably never thought was possible. So like, that's the reason why I enjoy running so much. It's like, it just gives you so much back. If you put on the effort to it, it'll give you so much back in return. And I think that's the same in anything in life. It applies to the exact same. You know, if you put on the effort and you show up and you be consistent with it, you'll get that back. So that's how my head's thinking at the minute. But no, looking back at that weekend, that was definitely one to remember. And I'm looking forward to the next one already. So we'll see what that is. But stay tuned for it, and I'll see you in the next one.